What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. Shoot another awesome video, cause that's what we do. Man, what's up? What's up? What's up? You know, at Consumer Appliance Support, we review appliances. Today, we're gonna focus on a GE/gas electric dryer. So we're going to talk about, in this portion of the video, the functions and the features. Alright, so let's dive into that real quick. We're going to allow the video to roll a little bit so that you'll be able to see that. Of course, you can get this dryer in multiple colors, but we're going to discuss that in the price portion of the video. This here, of course, is a control panel that we're going to dissect, and we're going to start off with. So we're going to pause the video, just let it sit right about there, so that we can go into the function portions of this video. Scrolling down on the Home Depot website and going to use care and guide. Like we mentioned before, this is a GE product, so inside the owner's manual, safety information, using the dryer, loading, venting, care and cleaning, troubleshooting tips, limited warranty, and consumer support. All right. I always suggest that you guys read the important safety instructions. It says read all instructions before using the appliance. Alright, so you want to make sure you do that. Read and save these instructions, important safety instructions. So all this stuff is in here for your safety. Getting started with the appliance communication, you got to think about that. If it's a smart appliance, Wi-Fi connect for customers in the United States only on some models, stuff like that you got to think about as well. Throughout this manual, features and appearance might vary from your model. Alright, so it all depends on the model that you have. So the model that we have, you got getting started, features and appearance will vary. Alright, so let's look at the appliance depending on which one you have. You have your mixed load, delicates, cottons or normal, jeans, casuals, quick dry, towels, bulky, sanitize, air fluff, warm up, time, dry. You also have an eco dry, more time, less time, wrinkle care, my cycle, damp alert, delay start and sound. You have your time level, you have your dryness level, you have your temperature. You also have a pause, control, setting, clean lint filter. Alright, so again, it depends on the model that you have. You have another model that have a lot more where it says refresh, de-wrinkle, small loads, large loads. You also have your my cycle, delay, eco dry, wrinkle care, sound, warm up. We talked about the time, we talked about the level, talk about the temperature, clean lint filter, check vent. So a lot of these appliances are smart enough to let you know when to clean your vent. So we have the one that's on top. Alright, so that's the one that we're going to dissect a little bit more in the owner's manual. So of course you have the power button. We all know about the power button. It says press to wake up the display. It says if the display is active, press to put the dryer into idle mode. Note, pressing power does not disconnect the appliance from the power supply. So you always want to make sure if there's an issue, you want to unplug the dryer. It says start and pause. This is press start to begin the cycle. Note, the door must be closed for the dryer to start the cycle. Press and start again will pause the cycle. The start light will blink and pause will display to continue the cycle. Press start again. Display status and lights. Alright, so it all depends on the appliance that you have. It says the display shows the appropriate time remaining until the end of the cycle. In addition, this display will show the dryer status. Your pause on some models, the start/pause light will flash and the message pause will show in the display when the dryer cycle is paused. The cycle may be restarted by pressing the start button. Wi-Fi on some models will allow your appliance to communicate with your smartphone for remote appliance monitoring and control and notifications. Dryer lock or controls lock. The dryer's lock will blink once if you press any button or turn the cycle knob. Alright. Sensing, it says indicates the dryer is sensing the level of dampness to determine estimate cycle time remaining. Clean lint filter. Alright, so clean lint filter light will stay on for 15 seconds after the cycle stops. Alright, so you want to think about that as well. I've had a few customers complain about the clean light being on. So you want to know how it's supposed to work. Is it supposed to stay on as a reminder every time you turn the dryer on? Some machine will let you know, clean the filter beforehand. As soon as it starts, it goes away. Some will remind you, like this one. It says 15 seconds after the cycle stops, the clean light will stay on. So you want to think about that as well. The check vent light indicates an issue has been found due to reduced airflow from a possible blocked or restricted vent. Checking and or cleaning the vent system is recommended. See the check vent light is on in the troubleshooting tips section, and that's on some models as well. All right, we talked about the control lock. So you can lock the controls to prevent any selections from being made, or you can lock the controls after you have started a cycle. Children cannot accidentally start the dryer by touching buttons with this option selected. So this is just a safety feature that you got to consider, that's been around for a long time, that you be able to lock the controls. But you want to make sure that you understand, because I've had customers call in on different appliances stating that it's not working. They try to press the buttons and come to find out the controls were actually locked, and they had to pay for me coming out or pay for the service coming out because they didn't understand how the appliance worked. All right, this says to lock or unlock the dryer controls, depend on the model. Press and hold the less time and wrinkle care or the eco dry and delay dry buttons for 3 seconds. The control lock icon will flash while locking and unlocking. Stay on when locked and turned off when unlocked. Note, the power button can still be used when the machine is locked. All right, so that does not change anything. All right, drying cycles. All right, sensor cycles automatically determine fabric dryness. Time cycles run for the selected time. Steam to wrinkle on some models is for use with larger loads than steam fresh. Ideal for loads left in the dryer for an extended time. Steam to wrinkled is recommended for larger loads, 9 to 13 garments. Note, steam cycles are not intended for use with towels. All right, so you want to be careful. They're telling you exactly that the towels is not in, well, the steam cycle is not intended for towels. All right, so you don't do it with towels. This is important. The temperature setting must be set to high and water must be turned on before running the steam to wrinkle cycle. Steam refresh, so you have that depending on the model. Like we stated before, not every cycle is on every model. So it's for slightly wrinkled dry garment, significantly reduces wrinkles. It says after the steam fresh cycle, the unit will beep if sign is selected and displays 00. Steam refresh is recommended for small loads. All right, so that's the difference. For larger loads, you use steam to wrinkle. For smaller loads, you use the steam refresh. Refresh is recommended for small loads, 3 to 5 garments. And you want to make sure that you're specific in putting in 3 to 5 garments. All right, so some of these machines, when you overload it and using quick cycles and stuff like that, it does affect the dryer, or does affect the appliance, depending on if it's a washing machine as well. So you want to be careful with that. Note, steam cycles are not intended for use with towels. We talked about that already. Note, a single extremely light fabric item may need to have an additional item included in the steam refresh cycle to achieve optimum results. This is important. The temperature setting must be set to high and water must be turned on before running the steam refresh cycle. Sanitize. All right, so dryers are doing a lot of this now. It says this option reduces certain types of bacteria, including, look, these are some huge words, so I'm not even going to read these bacterias, right? But you know they're bacteria. You can pause it and you can read it for yourself. It says the antibacterial process occurs when high heat is used during a portion of the drying cycle. Cool down also will be longer to protect you from a hot garment. Do not use this cycle on delicate fabrics because it's going to probably damage it because of the extreme heat. Bulky or comforter for large coats, bedspread, mattress covers, sleeping bags, similar large bulky items such as blankets, comforters, jackets, and small rugs. All right, towel and sheets. This is for most towels and linens. Cottons. It says for cottons and most linens. Note, Energy Star models are tested on cotton/normal with default setting, dry level, low temperature, and eco dry. Mixed loads. It says for loads consisting of cottons and poly blends. Casual activewear for wrinkle-free permanent press, and special sports items that need extra drying care. All right, so that's for your workout gear, activewear, stuff like that. Delicates for delicate items, special care fabrics and knits. Of course, you already know, man, stuff that is really delicate and is extremely valuable in texture and fabric. So you just want to make sure that you're able to use the dryer accordingly, because it's going to damage it because of the extreme heat on certain cycles. Quick dry, it says for small loads that are needed in a hurry, such as sport or school uniforms, can also be used if the previous cycle left some items damp, such as collars or waistbands. All right, note, on some models the time remaining in the cycle will show counting down in the display. You have a cycle for jeans. All right, so like I stated before, with the washing machines, a lot of these appliances are pinpoint. So if you want to wash jeans, select the jeans cycle. If you're washing towels, use towels. If you're washing comforters, use bulky slash comforter, stuff like that. Or you want to dry it. It's in this case of a dryer, you want to be specific in what it is that you're choosing, because it allows it to allow the machine to work a lot better. All right, time dry. All right, it says set the cycle selector at the desired drying time. Time dry is just your normal setting. So if it's for 60 minutes, it's going to run for 60 minutes. That's like the manual setting. Warm up provides 10 minutes of warming time to warm up clothes. That's different. You have your airflow. It says provide 10 minutes of tumbling time with no heat. All right. On models without air fluff cycle, select time dry and set time to no heat. All right. So you got to think about that. Eco dry, it says available for bulky comforters, towel / sheets, cotton / normal, mixed loads, jeans, casuals, activewear, and delicates. It says when the eco dry button is pressed, cycle setting change to reduce the total energy consumption of the selected sensor cycle. Note, cycle times will change when eco dry is selected. The eco dry option will default to on for cotton / normal. For optimal energy savings, turn eco dry on. For optimum drying times, turn eco dry off. Note, energy savings will vary across loads and cycle. All right, so then you have different settings that we have here. So we're going to go back to the video. So this is where we are, where we talked about the wrinkle care, less time, more time. This is where we're going to get into. So we talked about a lot of the mix, delicates, cottons, jeans, casuals, air fluff, warm up, time dry. So we've done all that as well. So now we're going to get into this portion here. So let's dive into that. So let's talk about getting started. All right. So it says individual settings for cycle minutes, time, dryness level. Temperature can be set from minimum lowest in column to maximum highest in column. It says in general, the higher up the column, the more energy will be used. Note, the selected cycle set time can be further adjusted in 1 minute increments by pressing the more time and less time buttons. All right, dryness level selection only used for sensor cycles. Time cycles run for the selected time. It says more dry, used for heavy duty or mixed type fabrics. Dry, used for normal dryness levels, substitute for most loads. This is the preferred cycle for energy savings. Less dry, used for lighter fabrics, and damp for leaving items partially damped. All right, temperature, you have high. It says for regular to heavy cottons. Note, steam dewrinkle and steam refresh require the high temperature setting. Medium for synthetic blends, delicates, and items labeled permanent press. Low for delicates, synthetics, and items labeled tumble dry low. No heat for flowing items without heat, for use only with the air fluff cycle. All right, so we have wrinkle care, damp alert, drum light, delay drying, delay driver, Wi-Fi connect. You says use the option to minimize the wrinkles in clothes. It provides a 1 hour of no heat tumbling after the clothes are dry. If you are using the cycle sound and you select the wrinkle care option, a signal will sound at the end of the drying time and several times during the wrinkle care cycle. This will remind you that it is time to remove the clothes. Damp alert on some models says the option causes the dryer to beep when clothes have dried to a damp level. Remove items that you wish to hang dry. The damp alert will only beep when this option is selected, but the dry cycle will keep running. It says removing clothes and hanging them with when they are damp can reduce the need to iron some items. The light besides the button will be lit with damp alert is on. Drum light. The drum light will turn on if the damp alert button or the sound button, depending on the model, is pressed for 3 seconds or the door is open. It will turn off when the door is shut. The damp alert button or sound button, depending on the model, is pressed again for 3 seconds or after 5 minutes if the door is left open. Delay dry. Press the delay dry button to set the delay start time in 1 hour increments up to 24 hours and then back to clear. 0 hours. After selecting the delay start time, press start and the delay time will count down the time remaining until the cycle starts. Note, to set the amount of delay time faster, you can press and hold the delay dry button. Alright, so you also have delay dry for Wi-Fi connected appliances. For more information, see the appliance communication section. You have 2 options to set delay dry using your smartphone. Option 1, follow delay dry instructions. You can use the GE Appliance Laundry app. Option 2, set your dryer to AP using the delay button. This allow you to use the Appliance Laundry app via smartphone to start your dryer remotely at the time of your choosing. If the dryer is set to AP with no activity, it will start the dryer 24 hours later. Sound, of course, you should use the sound button to change the volume of the cycle presses and the end of cycle, so you can do that. Note, it says remove garments promptly at the sound of signal. Place clothes or hangers so wrinkles will not set in. Use the sound especially when drying fabrics like polyester, knits, and permanent press. These fabrics should be removed so wrinkles will not set in. My cycles. Alright, so it says as the cycles selector knob is turned, the time, level, and temperature settings change to automatically preset default settings. If you desire a different setting, press the appropriate button, then press and hold the My Cycle button for 3 seconds and the dryer will remember these settings for the knob selection. It says in the future, when you turn the selector knob to that cycle, your setting will be automatically recalled. Note, signal sound cannot be set for My Cycle. Alright, so we're going to let that rock for a second. See what else we got. Dive into this dryer, man. So that's the control panel. We just discussed a whole bunch of stuff there. This is the door inside of the dryer, inside the drum. We talked about 7.4 cubic feet as well. Alright, so this is inside of the dryer drum. You have the baffles that's there that allows your clothes to rotate and make sure that they rotate freely. You want to make sure you don't overload the dryer as well. Make sure that the clothes are able to turn freely. Alright, so you want to keep that in mind. Alright, so we like that. So on here it says go to page number 9. We're talking about loading. Always, here as it says right here, always follow fabric manufacturer's care label when laundering, sorting, and loading hints. Alright, so it says as a general rule, if clothes are sorted properly for the washer, they are sorted properly for the dryer. It says try also to sort items according to size. For example, do not dry a sheet with socks or other small items. Alright, do not add fabric softener sheets once the load has become warm. They may cause fabric softener stains. Bounce fabric conditioner dryer sheets have been approved for use in this dryer when used in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Do not overload. I said this wastes energy and causes wrinkles. So when we talking about that, you got to be careful. Drying rack. On some models, this is a handy drying rack may be used for drying delicate items such as washable sweaters. To install the dryer rack, it says hook the rack over the lint filter so the rack extends into the dryer drum. Note, the dryer rack must be used with the time dry cycle. Use the sensor cycles. It says use with sensor cycles. It may result in damp items or intended cycle times. It says do not use this drying rack when there are other clothes in the dryer. Alright, so let's let the video rock and let's video roll. So again, GE dryer. Now we're going to talk about the lint filter. You want to make sure you clean the lint filter. Inside of the housing that you see here as well, you can buy a dryer cleaning kit, so you can stick it in there. You can connect the kit to your vacuum. It's an extension of your vacuum. A hose is flexible, that it bends and everything. You connect it to the vacuum, stick it inside the vent, vacuum the joint out. All right, so you want to make sure you do that. So now we're gonna probably I went too far. So we're gonna stop that there. All right, so let's see what we got as far as the cleaning. It says interior and duct. The interior of the appliance and exhaust should be cleaned once a year by qualified service personnel. All right, the exhaust duct, inspect and clean the exhaust doing at least once a year to prevent clogging. Partial clog exhaust can lengthen the drying time, so you got to think about that. Exterior wipe or dust any spills or washing components with a damp cloth. Dryer control panel and finishes may be damaged by some laundry, pre-treatment, soil, and stain removal products. Apply these products away from the dryer. The fabric may then be washed and dried normally. Damage to your dryer caused by these products is not covered by your warranty. All right, we talk about lint filter. Again, clean the lint filter before each use. All right, remove by pulling straight up. Run your fingers across the filter. A waxy buildup may form on the lint filter from using dryer added fabric softener sheets. It says to remove the buildup, wash the lint screen in warm soapy water. Dry thoroughly and replace. Vacuum the lint from the dryer lint filter area if you notice a change in dryer performance. All right, never operate a dryer without its filter in place. All right, so I just want to make sure that. Stainless steel, teaching you how to really clean the stainless steel. Dry your light. This is the drum light is an LED light. Replacement must be done by a qualified technician. All right, so that's information there. So we're gonna let this video roll for a little bit, man. As far as the GE appliance, let it rock, let it roll. Like I said, you want to make sure you clean it, push it back in, make sure it's secured. This is the GE dryer there as well. We're not quite finished yet. This is the door. All right, so some of these doors, depending on the model, are reversible. So when you look, you have the handle that's up top for one side, and then normally when you go down to the bottom, it's the handle on the other side as well. That's normally like a clear indication to let you know that the door is reversible, so you can put it on the other side. All right, so you want to think about that. You know, that's a good tool there. All right, so locking the door. We're almost finished with this appliance, so I'm actually just gonna you have troubleshooting tips right before you call for service. This is stuff that you want to look into that's inside the owner's manual so that you can get familiar with it. You don't have to always call a technician, because if it's not covered, it's going to cost you money, so you don't want that to happen. All right, so dry doesn't heat, so there's a couple things that you can check. We're wrapping up with this video, man, so it's coming to an end, but just wanted to scroll through some of the troubleshooting tips, and it's going to be in the description box as well. All right, so when you're talking about this GE appliance, man, we are just about done with the functions and the features, man. Of course, I'm your boy Richie Rich, and we in the lab, and I'm out. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the warranty, the manufacturer warranty. All right, so let's dive down onto the Home Depot website. Gonna click on the warranty portion of this video so that we can talk about the GE warranty. GE dryer warranties for customers in the United States. All warranty service provided by our factory service centers or an authorized customer care technician. To schedule service online, you can visit geappliance.com, or you can call the 1-800 number GE Cares. It says please have serial number and model number available when calling for service. All right, it says staple your receipt here. Proof of original purchase date is needed to obtain service under the warranty. All right, it says servicing your appliance may require the use of the onboard data port for diagnostics. It says this gives a GE factory service technician the ability to quickly diagnose any issues with your appliance and helps GE improve its product by providing GE with information on your appliance. He says if you do not want your appliance data to be sent to GE, please advise your technician not to submit the data to GE at the time of service. All right, so for the period of 1 year from the date of original purchase, we will replace any parts of the dryer which fails due to a defect in materials or workmanship. during this limited 1-year warranty. GE will also provide free of charge our labor and related service costs to replace defective part. Alright, so outside of that, that is it. You're only getting a 1-year manufacturer warranty, parts, and labor. Alright, it says what is covered in the United States. Service trips to your home. What is not covered? Of course, we talk about service trips to your home to teach you how to use the appliance, improper installation, replacement of house fuses or restricted resetting of circuit breaker, damage to the product caused by accident, fire, floods, or acts of God, product not accessible to provide required service. Alright, so you want to make sure if you need someone to come out that they're able to get to it. Alright, sometimes these appliances are in closets and it's hard for a technician to get to. They don't want to damage your property, so they're not going to really want to service the appliance because you're not able to get to it. So if you're not able to get to it, can't fix it, and you have to be responsible for that. Alright, it says exclusion of implied warranties. It says your sole and exclusive remedy is product repair as provided in this limited warranty, and applied warranties including the implied warranties for merchantable or fitness for a particular purpose are limited to 1 year or the shortest period allowed by law. Alright, so outside of that, that's it. You're only getting a manufacturer warranty of 1 year from GE. Again, you can always pause the video, check this out. It's gonna be in the description box as well. But you know we out of here, man. We in the lab getting it done. I'm out. Peace. Alright, so for this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the price. How much it's gonna cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's gonna cost you. Man, let's look at this GE dryer right now. We're gonna start off with the Best Buy website. You got your GE 7.4 cubic feet. 12 cycle electric dryer with HE sensor dry, white on white with silver backsplash. Right now you're talking about a price of $809.99. all right, for the white. Let's see what is the other price is for the diamond gray. For the diamond gray, it raises it up to $899.99, so roughly about 900 bucks. The difference in the price is about 100 bucks depending on the white and the diamond gray. All right, let's see what's the difference in price, gas or electric. When you're talking about gas for the diamond gray, it's $989.99, so you can say that's an additional $100. For the gas is more expensive than the electric. If you're looking at the white, it's $999 for the gas unit in white. All right, so there's a difference in price as well. So depending on which one you purchase, if it's gas, if it's electric, you're talking about $100 difference between the gas and electric in price for the Best Buy, or according to Best Buy website. So we're gonna dive into another website. We're gonna dive into Home Depot. All right, so for Home Depot, we're talking about the diamond gray. Right now, man, you're looking at is $899. They're saving you about 10%, which is 100 bucks. Originally, it's $999, so roughly about $1,000 with taxes and everything else. You're talking about diamond gray. All right, now you're looking at, let's see what the price is for the white. For the white is $809. All right, so the diamond gray is more expensive. We've noticed that on the Best Buy website. Same thing that's on the Home Depot website as well. Saving you about 10%, which is $90. So it's $899 in comparison right now. For a special buy through Home Depot, it is $809. All right, and we'd also like to show you some videos, pictures as well of the appliance. You know, we have a video that we show you. You can check out the intro. But we like to show just different images to let you know exactly what your appliance look like, what you expect it to be getting, and how much it's going to really cost you. So we're going to go to Lowe's. All right, so let's see what Lowe's got. Lowe's $999. Right, so that's the original price for the diamond gray. With Lowe's is $999, and that's electric. Gas is probably $100 more, like we always thought, so it's $10.99. So according to Lowe's, it's more expensive if you get the diamond gray and gas than it is for Best Buy or Home Depot. All right, so let's go into the white. Let's see what it is. It's $9.99 for the white. And always remember a couple things that we forgot to mention. This item is out of stock, so you want to make sure if you're interested in this appliance, you want to make sure it's available for you to purchase, and you also want to remember price is subject to change as well when we shoot these videos. All right, so that's the electric is going to be $100 less, so it's $8.99 for the white. For the diamond gray, let's see what the price is. It's going to probably be $9.99. All right, so when you're talking about a price for this appliance, man, I would say roughly you're looking at between from $800 to about $1,000. All right, from $800 to $1,000 that you're gonna be spending on this appliance. If you have any additional sales or anything else that you might want to consider. But outside of that, man, this is it. This is the price portion of the video, man, for the GE electric / gas dryer. All right, and I'm out. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the parts. Man, how much it's gonna cost you to repair this appliance. We already know, if you check out the warranty portion of this video, man, they're only giving you by GE manufacturer warranty of only 1 year, both parts and labor. So let's see, for our example, our labor for this particular unit is $150. Then of course we do a slight markup on the parts to let you know exactly how much you will spend, a roundabout ballpark or minimum of how much you will spend to repair your appliance depending on the issue that you're having. All right, so we can start off with the front panel and the door diagram. All right, so when you're looking at the dryer door, pretty common issue if you're looking at this unit. You have the bearings that's on top, and you have the bearing at the bottom, or the housing, the vent housing. It calls different name depending on the model, but normally these are common issues that normally goes bad, especially the one up top. It wears down from the dryer rubbing on the front door of the machine, and it could cause squeaking noises. It could also cause the dryer to rub so much on the door that it put a hole inside the drum of the dryer. I've seen it put a hole inside the whole entire door that you see here, or the front panel. All right, so it can cause some damages if you don't address it when you hear the dryer starts to squeak. But let's see how much it would cost you. Let's talk about dryer lint filter. This is stuff that you can get yourself. When you see that your filter has holes in it, it's best to replace it. All right, so you're looking at $33.99. Again, this is something that you can get yourself. Look at the dryer lint chute assembly. All right, so like I talked about, the bottom portion of it, common issue that normally goes bad as well. Back down here where you can see that's where your dryer gets clogged up at. So you want to make sure you clean inside of the dryer. It will cause your dryer to overheat. It will cause your dryer to catch on fire. So you want to think about that. So when we're talking about a price, $43.99, really cheap. So if our labor was $150, this part will charge you about $80. So we're talking about $230, both parts and labor. All right, so that's really cheap for a GE product. The word on the street about GE doesn't stand for GE, it stands for generally expensive, because they're normally expensive as I don't know what. All right, so let's look at it. You have another chute depending on which one you need. One is $44.99, the other one it is $129.49. So it all depends on the chute that you need. That comes with the venting and everything there. So let me see what the difference between the two is, depending on which one you need. That looks about the same to me. The part number is different, so there got to be some type of significance. Okay, so that comes with everything, with the felt that goes around it, so the dryer goes inside the unit. So you probably want to, the tech normally will order that stuff separately, because the assembly is more expensive than just the main part, which is the chute that you'll need. All right, so that's what it's called. But you'll notice it, your dryer will make some type of strange noises, man. So the bearing, like I talked about in the front, $19.99, really cheap, right? So this is plastic. Again, when you're dealing with plastic, over time it wears down, it cracks, it starts to squeak, make loud noises. So you want to think about that as well. All right, pretty common issue. But let's say if we needed that, came out of it, because we're going to need the drum glides. You need 2 of these, right? Pretty common issue there. So this one has the drum bearing and slide, upper and lower. So that's all one assembly. This one is just the part itself. So let's order the whole entire thing. Let's say that part is about $100. Labor $150. You're talking about $250. All right. Dryer door assembly, don't really need it, but it's $129.40. Again, this is the seal. $659. Door catch $379. Door hinges $699. Lid $51.92. When you're talking about the door switch, right, how you open and close the door and it activates the machine, $579. So if you happen to need that, you're talking about $150 for the labor. I'll say $30 for the part. Talking about $180. All right, control range, oven controlled. I don't think that's what it is. That's something different. Your striker, dryer rack $43.48. All right, so you can purchase that yourself if you need a rack. All right, so let's go into the cabinet and top panel. Again, not a common issue for this stuff to wear out, man. The terminal at the bottom is a common issue down here where your plug is connected to. You see the fuse, you see the terminal that sits there. That can happen. All right, so let's see how much that will cost. If you happen to need the fuse holder, $11.19. Fuse $20. So if you say if your fuse is blown, you're talking about $150 in labor, $50 in part for the fuse. You're talking about $200. All right, terminal block, right, where your plug goes into and you connect to the dryer. All right, all your wire connections go here. You're talking about price $50, labor $150, $200. All right, so again, I'm impressed with this price, with this particular model. It is I would say it's a mid model for GE. All right, panel rear, you don't really need those panels. The cover, not a common issue. Dryer wire harness, $167.73. You don't really need those. Screws, $30.68 for some screws, whatever. High limit harness, $25.27. So when you're looking at this dryer, man, a common issue for the terminal to burn out on, even on stoves, dryers, they burn out a lot there as well. And if your fuse could blown, it's used to protect the appliance. But you can see it's not that expensive for these parts, which is something that I'm really impressed with, because like I said, GE is known for being expensive. All right, let's look at the thermostat, heating element, drum, baffle. All right, so we're going to check out a couple of those parts right there to see how expensive they are. Your drum is $169.99. Don't have too many issues with GE drums cracking, breaking, extremely durable. I don't think in 15 years I've replaced any one of those, so you know they're pretty good. Dryer cover, not a common issue, $28.22. Thermostat here, dryer safety thermostat, $10.99. Dryer heating element, controlled thermostat, common issues, $38.99. So if you happen to need that, $50 for the part, labor $150, $200. Dryer high limit, you can see it's $5.89. You can shut the dryer down, $150 for the labor, $30 for the part, $180 total. All right, baffles $11.99. if you happen to need those, not a common issue. Dryer heating element assembly, depending on which one it is that you need, right? This is the new form dryer heating element, how it looks for this particular model, $126.99. so just say the part is $200, labor $150, talking about $350. All right, so that's the price for that. All right, let's see, let's get it. Like I said, it depends on your model and what heating element you use. The housing, that's the dryer heating element and housing. That's the housing, right? So it's not even the heating element. Like, why would you even, if that's the case, you just buy the whole thing with the heating element in it. You don't need that housing. Housing is pretty durable unless it get rusted. You can buy the heating element separate from the housing. It does not make sense at all. Right, that's $122.99 with the housing and the heating element $126.99. So you're not really saving anything. Drum support shaft, common issue here, $32.99. Labor $150. Part you're talking about $60. So I'll put it out for about $210 as far as the estimate for that. Drum bearing $18.99. So when you're looking at this particular GE dryer, again, this model has been around for a while. The parts that you see there have been around for a while, so they use a lot of the older parts on the newer dryers because it doesn't make sense to make brand new parts, especially the interior of the dryer, if they work, or you just you create a new outside, new exterior. All right, so you got your control panel, the board, motor, blower wheel housing, so we can dive into that. Backsplash, which is number 13. That's there. If you happen to need that, that does not break often at all. I hardly replace those. I might replace the control board more than that, which is $371.83. All right, that's number 23. Yeah. So if you happen to need that part, 400, labor 150, 550 bucks. All right, like I said, control is going to be pretty expensive. Blower wheel or housing, common issue for it to wear down, but it's $929. You can order this separately if this part alone is broken. So just to say, if that part is 50, labor 150, you're talking about 200 bucks. All right, dryer belt, pretty common issue, $34.99, $60 for the belt, $150 for the labor. You're talking about $210. Pretty common issue for the belt to break. Idler pulley here, no. The dryer idler pulley right here, the arm, no, but the pulley, yes. Common issue, $389. $30 for the part, labor 150. You're talking about 180 bucks. Dryer blower, 6037, which is the same. The blower probably, yeah, this is the blower housing here, so that might be that. That's costing that, yeah, $219, $63.70. High operating thermostat, $9.89, man, if you happen to need that. So like you see, dryer thermostat, $28.99. The motor, $206.13. All right, dryer, drive, motor, and pulley. All right, so that's $630. Let's see what $630 is. Is it the whole entire thing? $33.66 is the whole entire thing, but $630 is just the motor. So let's see what the difference in the price is. $206.13, $251.90. So you can get the whole entire assembly and just slap it right in, depending on the technician. So let's see if you got the whole entire motor assembly, 300 bucks. Labor 150. You're talking about $450. All right. Tap. So again, we talked about this, $311. All right, so with $43.99. If you get the whole assembly here, $129.49. Like I said, the felt is $6. So it's probably not even best to get the whole assembly. You just get the felt and this shoot here assembly. You're looking at what, 80 bucks, 100 bucks instead of paying that much for that with the markup. All right, so what we also gonna do is dive a little bit in the gas portion of the video. So this one should have the gas here. Look at the different model numbers, different colors. So we're gonna dive into the gas because a lot of the parts are the same, but we just want to see how much it's gonna cost you if you if it's gas. All right, so let's see. Talk about the drum, all of the same parts, thermostats, all that's gonna work together. Baffle, we talked about that stuff. Bearing, we talked about that stuff. Flame sensor, $64.99. Not a common issue, but it can go bad, but it's not common. Haven't replaced a lot of these in a long time. Just say the part is 100, labor 150. You're talking about 250 bucks. All right, I don't replace those often. All right, let's see what else, if this has anything to do with the igniter. That's what I really want to get to, like the igniter on the dryer. Here we go, gas valve, right? So if you need that, an igniter, let's see how much the price for that's going to be. Your igniter is $71.99, right? Depending on if you need that. So part is 100, labor 150, 250. The valve and burner, 209.06. Man, you're talking about if you happen to need that, that's at least 3. Labor 150, talking about 450 bucks. All right, gas valve assembly. So there's different ones depending on which one you need. 175 or 209. Then you got a dryer LP conversion kit, so you can just put that all in. 94.43 if you got LP gas, which is gas outside that's not coming directly from the gas company in the city or the county that you live in, but you're paying with the tank outside. That's what needs to be converted, and you got to have the proper people to convert the dryer so they can operate properly. There's a difference between natural gas and LP gas. All right, so, but yeah, outside of that, man, this might be it, man. We've been rocking and rolling for this GE dryer, man. We really like the price on this, man, so we're gonna let you know how we really feel about a lot of these prices. So outside of that, man, I am out, man. Still grinding, still getting it in. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're gonna shoot our overall review to let you know exactly how we feel about this GE dryer. All right, got my notes. Let's get it together. Let's talk about the warranty. Warranty, the manufacturer warranty. All right, for this particular GE dryer, man, you're looking at a standard 1-year warranty, both parts and labor. Just from looking at it, doing some research on different electric dryers, this seems to be the standard on a lot of these appliances. They're only giving you a manufacturer warranty. You can buy extended warranties if you like, so you can purchase it from the manufacturer that you actually get your appliance from, or you can get it from the retailer that you purchased the appliance from as well. All right, but as far as the manufacturer warranty, you're only getting a 1-year warranty, both parts and labor. So for that, we're gonna give it a 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, for the next part of the video, we're gonna talk about price. How much it's gonna cost you? Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's gonna cost you. Man, let's talk about the price. So if you're looking at this unit, you can get it in either electric or gas. For the electric version, you're talking about white. I forgot to mention that as well. You can get it in 2 finishes. You can get it in white and diamond gray. So for the electric, for the white one, you're looking at $809.99. For the diamond gray, you're looking at $899. For the gas, for the diamond gray, you're looking at $989.99. And for the white, you're looking at $999.99. All right, Lowe's is a little bit different. Their price is a little bit higher. It's $10.99 for the gas and diamond gray. For the white, it's $9.99. Electric white, you're talking about $8.99, and for the diamond gray is $9.99. So Best Buy and Home Depot prices are somewhat similar. You're all getting a discount on this appliance as well, because originally you're talking about at least $1,000 for this appliance. So if you can get it at a reasonable rate, catch it on sale, special with these holidays and everything else that's coming out, I suggest, if you really like it, to purchase at that time. All right, so as far as our grade for this appliance, we kind of like the price. They dropped it down a little bit to about $800 or something, depending on what color you get. If you get it in gas and electric as well. So as far as the grade, we're going to give it above average grade, which is a 4. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Man, let's talk about parts. Man, cost per repair. How much is going to cost you to repair this particular unit? All right, so this is a GE appliance. GE got a low, what we say in the shop, we say GE stands for generally expensive, because it can be pretty expensive. But this appliance is use a lot of the old parts that's in GE's dryer that's been manufactured sometimes 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and they still put them in these new appliances, so that makes the parts easy to get. As far as availability, because GE has issues with their parts being on back order. When you're talking about productivity and parts that typically goes bad and stuff like that, it's pretty common for a lot of dryers, so it's pretty simple. But let's talk about some of these parts that typically goes bad here. When you're talking about a door switch, for example, we already know that our labor is $150. We do a slight markup on the part, so if you need a door switch, parts and labor, you're looking at $180. When you're talking about thermostats or thermal fuse, average price that you're gonna possibly pay for that is $180. Your heating element, we normally order the assembly, so that's why it can cost you some money. But you're talking about an average about $350. When you're talking about control, all right, so this is like the last resort. Control boards do not go bad. They do, but not as often on dryers like you think. So the control board should last you the lifetime of the dryer, but if you need to replace it, you're looking at $550. The dryer belt, which is a common issue that breaks from time to time, you're talking about $210 for that. The pulley that the belt sits on, it either wears down, starts to make loud noises, not spinning, you're looking at $180. The motor comes as an assembly with the blower wheel housing, so if you're looking to replace that, you're talking about $450. Both parts and labor as well. If you happen to get it in gas, your igniter, if you need to replace that, you're looking at $250. Flame sensor, that's a common issue that normally goes bad. I know I mentioned it in the parts video that it's not a common issue. It's a common issue, but we don't replace them that often. But if you need to, you're talking about $250. The gas valve, you're talking about $450 there as well. The bearings and the trim that goes around the front of the dryer, either the top one or the bottom one, is called a chute or vent chute. For the one in the bottom, you're talking about $230. For the bearing, you're talking about $250. The rotation of the drum wears out the dryer drum chute or the bearing or the top bearing on top, so it's pretty common for that to go bad. On average, you're talking about at least $250 in parts. When we do look up the parts though, they are really affordable. I'm extremely shocked that you can pay $30 for the bearings. For the dryer chute is like $48. An igniter without the markup It's less than $100. So when you see a lot of the parts that typically goes bad, man, it is really a reasonable. We like the price on average. It's less than what you normally would spend, and we're gonna give it a grade of a 5 because we really love the prices. All right, and the parts are available, so that takes a lot. And that's how we factor in our parts. So we really like it. So uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Let's get it. Now the last part, the functions and the features. Man, of course, like we stated before, you can get this dryer in gas or electric. It's up to you. A couple things that we like to mention on this appliance. One, it has a mixed load. All right, it says you load consistently of cottons and poly blends, so it depends on what you're mixing of the loads, of course. Sanitize, it says reduce certain bacteria, so we like that. Eco dry reduces the total energy consumption, so that's one of the things that we love. It also has a wrinkle care, right, where it says minimizes wrinkles of your clothes and stuff like that. It also has a damp alert. It says the dryer beeps when your clothes reaches a damp level. All right, so it can let you know that prior to that, which is good, so that you won't damage your clothes by certain fabrics being really really careful when you're drying your dryer, because you don't want to make sure that it damages the material and stuff like that. Clean lint filter. All right, so it reminds you constantly of doing that as well, which is pretty common. Some of them also allows you your dryer to let you know when the exhaust vent is clogged up or poor air circulation. So that's really good. Helps your dryer not to catch on fire. And you're talking about My Cycle that remembers your setting, or you automatically recalls certain settings that you will like, or preset settings that you already selected. You can select that, and it will constantly save the last setting that you have. So we really like this dryer, man. It's just a basic dryer, like a mid-grade, so it's nothing extravagant as far as the functions and features, but it does work and we really like it, man. So we're going to give it a grade of 4. All right, so let's go over everything that we just did, man. Warranty is a 3, price 4, parts you're looking at 5, and you're talking about the functions and features, which is a 4. Overall grade is a 16 divided by 4. You're looking at a 4.0 as far as the overall grade for this GE dryer. All right, so a lot of dryers, we really like this dryer. We like working on a dryer as well. As a service technician, like I said, common issues that normally goes bad: heating element, switches, thermostats, igniter, flame sensor. Common issues for all this stuff to go bad, but the dryer is really reliable. We really like it. It's easy for us to work on as well, and like I said, a lot of the parts are affordable, which is good. So if you can get it at a reasonable price, yeah, we will recommend this appliance, man. If you can get it for about $800 or even less than that, so you might want to check to see if there's any open boxes and stuff like that. They'll be able to help you with that. But as far as you already know, man, I'm your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. You help me, I help you. We both help each other. Till next time, I'm out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace. Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you